reality is that like not everybody is made to be an Instagram celebrity. And I think that forcing yourself to play that role and to get on stories is not going to work for everybody. I think a lot of times I hear really bad advice being given to people to just be yourself on Instagram. And a lot of people are incredible people who I love dearly who just don't translate to social media. You have to be able to actually acknowledge if you are the type of person who first can like handle that sort of public scrutiny, because the second you decide you want to put your face out there is the second you invite people to give you feedback about everything from your hairstyle choice to your politics. So are you ready for that? Is that something that you want? And second, is it something that you're good at? Like a lot of people, again, like are funny in person and their humor doesn't translate to the internet. You can't just say whatever. It's not LiveJournal. And like selling things it's not a confessional. And you have to really think about how you balance sharing things that are really intimate while understanding that like those intimate things are going to be falling on ears of people who potentially have no context for you, who aren't willing to let you make a mistake on the internet. I think about the words I'm going to say before I get on there and start just running my mouth. You can't just say whatever. Like sincerity is different than saying whatever comes to your mind. Do you want to be the face behind your own brand? Or is there someone else on your team who might make a better face for your brand? Or is the product really the thing that's going to be the face for your brand? Or are you going to show your products by letting your customers be the face for your brand? I think I've seen a lot of success in that, where people who maybe don't have the desire or camera skills or whatever to be the person who's actually talking about it, they get their products into the hands of people who are really good at that and really lean on that type of storytelling. So it's just, you got to figure out what's going to work for you. We sometimes share customer stories in our stories, but most 99.9% of the photos that we put on our feed are things that we've taken ourselves. That's always felt really good for us, different for other people. Find success here in such different ways. There's so many Instagram accounts that are really, really consistent in their lighting and their color palette and their style. And, you know, every single post, I'm sure you can think of like a million of these off the top of your head where like everything is so perfectly curated and it's in a perfect like palette of like terracotta and light pink and white, and everything has the same like F2 VSCO filter on it. And like that works for some people. I just would get so bored of that. And I've found that our audience can and does respond to variety. You know, we have an incredible in-house photographer, Whitney Ott. Right now she's making all of our product photography and lifestyle photography from her house while she takes care of a almost 1-year-old. We find it really successful when we mix in some of those more styled studio shots with more off-the-cuff shots of like my booger-covered children, and also some videos of production. And, you know, people, they want to know that we're still real people. And so if you look at like our top 6 most engaged with posts over the last year, this kind of like hilarious breakdown of the first 3 are the overheads of like every single color plate that we've ever made with like bright studios, you know, with strobes on them. Those ones just get shared and pinned and, you know, saved left and right. And then right underneath that, it's all 3 pictures of me breastfeeding my babies. So that's what people like. Yeah, I don't really lean too heavily into one or the other. I always like take a look back and be like, I've posted 5 studio style pictures in the last, you know, all my 5 posts have been clean cut professional. Like I don't want people to think that we've, you know, lost our human edge, like time to post a picture of, I don't know, my foot holding a mug or something. I don't know. Gotta keep it interesting. But I think anything and everything is fair game. And you know, the analytics that are in the app are so easy to, you get, when people are like trying to blame the algorithm on like their photos not getting likes, it's like, well, it's probably because your content's not that interesting. Engagement, obviously, like if the more people are liking and commenting and sharing posts, like the more likely you are to end up on pages that allow you to organically add more Instagram followers. So those things are important to make sure that we're posting things that are easily savable and shareable and likable. Likes do matter as much as people think or don't want them to. But the metric that I get most excited to look about is comments and shares. I posted a lot of posts recently that were really kind of towing the line as far as asking people to engage in difficult conversations. And that a video that I posted has far and away the most shares of any video we've ever shared before. I think it had like 52,000 views and like 790 shares. And that's where I get really excited to think of how Eastfork can really be seen as thought leaders, and how we can really put our values out there really clearly and see people learning from them and responding to it and critiquing it. And engagement by comments and shares is where I really spend my energy.